Arcana Requiem, Season 4, Episode 1. Ashes of the Origin, What Comes After Memory. What grows in the shadow of forgetting? The world has changed. A full season has passed. Magic is no longer free. Every spell now costs memory, and every caster must choose what part of themselves to give up to channel power. The guilds struggle to adapt. So Laris builds the first memory archive, a crystal vault that stores collective recollections in exchange for glyph access. Hollow Vale begins training mnemonic scribes, mages who fight by inscribing battle memories before they happen. Crishalin freezes its borders. They don't trust the silence. Black Veil opens itself to the world for the first time in 100 years. But only 2 orphans and forgotten bloodlines. Rumors spread. The Seventh Guild didn't die. It remembers everything. It's choosing a new heir. Deep beneath the surface, Kael awakens beside the Nameless Child. She's older now, not physically, but spiritually. Her eyes are no longer empty. She calls herself Vera. You gave me a name, she says. Now I want to remember what I was. Kael is different. His fire no longer glows. It whispers. He speaks less, but when he does, things change. Reality shifts to accommodate the weight of his memory. Kael is no longer just a Virian. He is something else. A new threat appears far from the spire. An eclipse spreads unnaturally across the sky. It doesn't block light. It removes color, turning cities into grayscale ruins. Guild scouts vanish. Dreams across Hollow Vale go silent. Kirin receives a dream with no sound, no image, just a heartbeat. It beats in reverse. Vellum, wandering alone in exile, uncovers a glyph buried in an obsidian shrine. It doesn't respond to magic, but it hums to blood. The inscription reads, "First came fire, then came memory, then came forgetting." Suddenly, Vel's glyph tattoo burns away, and for the first time in years, she forgets Tessen's name. The Ember Guild, a new faction, rises from the shadows. The Ember Guild, rogue arcanists who burn memories of the dead to fuel forbidden pre-glyphs, spells older than written language. Their leader, a masked woman who commands anti-sigil blades. Lyra faces her during an ambush near Solaris. The masked woman speaks. "I watched Kael die. I watched him live. I remember both. You can call me." Ashes. Lyra's fire flickers. Her connection to Kael weakens. Because for one moment, she believes Ashes might be right. Kael and Vera arrive at the ruins of the First Guild Hall, the cradle of all Arcana. There, they encounter Jin and Cora. Cora instantly senses something different in Kael. Jin draws his blade, unsure if he's even real. Kael speaks softly, on the echo that didn't fade. He reaches into the center of the ruins and pulls out an ancient object, a crystalline seed, pulsing with 7 flames. The world wasn't made from magic. Magic was made from a choice. This is that choice. Back in Hollow Vale, Kirin opens the archive of forgotten names. He finds one new name, freshly etched. Kael Virian, lost a flame. He blinks. Who? He doesn't remember who Kael is. And when he tries to say the name out loud, his voice burns away. To be continued in Season 4, Episode 2, The Archive That Lies. Arcana Requiem, Season 4, Episode 2, The Archive That Lies. If memory is magic, then who controls what we remember? Controls the world. The memory that shouldn't exist. A lonely boy walks through the shattered halls of Hollow Vale's archive of forgotten names, holding a flickering glyph lantern. His name, known, an apprentice mnemonic scribe. He finds a sealed page glowing dim violet. It bears only one line, Kael Virian. Erased by design. Known hesitates. Whispers the name. Suddenly, every torch in the archive flares silver, then goes dark. A world that forgets itself across the realm. Subtle changes unfold. Solaris scribes forget the design of their flame towers. Crishalin's frost wells begin melting backward into ice gas. Before the wells ever existed, the Dawnspear relic archive is found rewound. Entire wars unwritten from history. Even people begin slipping. Vela meets a traveler who used to be her brother. He looks at her, confused. "Sorry, I don't have a sister." She drops her blade. Lyra faces Ashes again in the ruins of a collapsed Solaris prism. This time, the masked woman removes her helmet. It's Sirari, but not quite. This version of Sirari is marked by the seventh flame, a memory glyph in her iris. "You left me in the silence," Sirari says. "So I became the flame they forgot to seal." Lyra is paralyzed. Her heart believes. Her soul rebels. Sirari attacks, not with fire, but with echo, her spell, "Remember me," and burn. Every time Lyra tries to fight, she's overwhelmed by visions of the original rift. The day Kael vanished, over and over. Only one thing breaks the loop. Lyra grabs her own heart and sets it alight. Kael, Vera, Jin, and Cora travel into the timeless spine, an unstable ley line buried deep beneath Black Veil. Here, time bleeds in reverse. They must protect the Lyseed, the core of magical choice, from the Ember Guild, who want to use it to rewrite magic's origin. But inside the spine, Kael's presence causes anomalies. The world begins to treat him like a ghost. His reflection shows no flame. His footsteps don't echo. Jin calls his name and Kael doesn't hear it. "You're becoming a reversal." Vera whispers. "You've remembered too much." Kael tightens his grip on the seed. "Then let me forget everything but why we fought." In Hollow Vale, Kieran begins unearthing truths hidden in the archive. He discovers there were 8 guild crests, not 7, and one was split in 2 by force. A forbidden truth, the Guild of Echoes, the parent to both Noctvale and the Sixth Flame, was purged at the birth of magic. Its emblem, a mirrored eye inside a burning circle. It's engraved into his own spine. Kieran's power didn't come from Hollow Vale. He was born echo-touched. The council finds out and votes to imprison him. Kieran flees, whispers one word into the air, "Kael." He doesn't know why. But something inside him burns again. Ashes. Sirari arrives at the timeless spine, her Ember Guild behind her. She offers Kael a choice: return the seed to silence, and we will erase the war. The rift, Sirari's death, Tesson, everything, will rewrite the world before pain. Kael hesitates. Then, if we erase the pain, we erase the people who survived it. He casts a new spell, one without a glyph. It's spoken, named Sirari. The spell breaks reality. For a moment Sirari becomes Sirari again, and she remembers her name. She falls to her knees. I waited so long." Kael runs forward just as the Ember Guild fractures, overwhelmed by unreleased memory, but a black shard forms behind Sirari. It's the same symbol from Hollow Vale's secret. The Echo Sigil, the voice that speaks, isn't Ashes, or Kael, or Vera. It's something older, something that remembers even the first flame. "We are the ones who made you forget. We are the ones who named the end, and now we want our fire back." The Echo Sigil burns. From the sky above, something crashes down. Not a star, not a void. A person, armored in molten glyphs, carrying a staff shaped like a tuning fork. They land, kneeling, look up, eyes like Kael's, but inverted. The figure speaks. "I am the first caster, and you've broken the last promise." To be continued in Season 4, Episode 3, The First Caster's Flame.